But can't see.
Ugh.
Let's just take this out.
I just accidentally hit my face.
Grandpa's insisting on not giving a shit about recycling lately.
Hey, would you open this Diet Coke, please? Would you open, please?
Oh. Sorry.
Yes. Thanks.
I need to get this out the way.
What the heck? What was that for?
Running into things.
What?
I said, you hit him in the head?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was out of nowhere. Actually, no blood just came out on my head. The dog smells like sausages, right?
Sausages.
Like sausages. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Look at that. Is that? Yeah, that's a coffee thing. You see that? What's that thing? It looks like a coffee thing staying out right there. I see it for like. I see that since camera like just 1 month ago. Like on April. I think it's been staying out here, right? Ugh.
Hell.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You know, back in my days, like yours, we didn't have Diet Coke back in the day when I was a kid, and so do you, right? Yeah, back in these years. I didn't have them until like 2 years ago. This is like something new, right? Let's take a nap. Joe? What's he taking a nap for? Is he sick or something?
He just does that. He'll eat right before 8 o'clock. He calls it lunch or a snack,
Yeah.
and then he'll fall asleep.
Is that what your brother does sometimes since he got older?
Yep.
Yeah. How long has he been doing that since? You know? Or has he been doing that since he was in his 20s or in his teens? What do you think you've seen in your whole life?
Not. He hasn't been. No, he's just been doing it.
I find
The last year or two.
I thought you've been doing that for years, but you saying 2 years or last year, right? Is that what you're saying?
Last couple years, yeah.
Yeah, you're saying that. You're saying when I was alive or before I was alive, whatever. Wait, has he been doing it since A2 or a couple years back then? You know? The thing, you know when he eats and blah blah and before 8? What time he'd always fall asleep when you after that? What's it called? Can't explain it. How can you explain this?
Well, you're not supposed to eat a sandwich snack or what have you right before dinner and fall asleep also.
You're supposed to have dinner at like, I don't know what time. Back in. Oh, yeah. Families used to eat dinners back in the day. You know, I heard?
So every time he does that, it just makes me start it later.
Yeah. How long has he been doing that since? Since he was in high school or since he was after he was out of school when he was adult?
No, you don't do that usually when you're young unless you're being lazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not good. I meant the years when he started doing that, right? Oh, wait. Was it when he was young? I meant when he was adult, right? I forgot.
Doing what I just said, eating and sleeping right before dinner.
Yeah, like.
He did it as an adult
Mm-hmm.
in the last 2 years.
Oh.
Or a year or 2 years.
Guess I wasn't even around.
No.
Yeah.
I said that like 3 times already.
Yeah, and that's why I haven't. That's why he just came here just 1 month ago, because I haven't seen you since 1980. Since I was like in 3rd grade. That's what before, next 2 years later. You know, it's like 1980, then 2 years later, he's doing this nowadays. Eesh. I love Wiener Schnitzel. Yum.
You really? What do you like there?
I remember I went there when we moved here after. My mom used to make me try the hot dog or whatever. Yeah, I haven't had that since I was like 9, and I don't try that corn dog anymore. Yeah.
She used to like the corn dog
I met Veronica.
bites.
Yeah.
The pieces.
Yeah, I don't eat that corn dog anymore because of how I was back then. Well, there's some people who tries it who don't anymore, right?
Or that likes their chili. Cheese.
Yeah. They ain't had wait, do you have Pepsis or Cokes here?
There?
At Wiener Schnitzel.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at the coupons.
I think they have Pepsis here. Because they don't have Cokes here. I think they just have Pepsi since 61 before like 1964 December. As when Diet Pepsi was already out, they started putting it in the restaurants. Probably 64, 65, something like that, right? You can say December or 65. All the restaurants, right? But McDonald's didn't have the Pepsis. All they do is just have Cokes now. They already have Cokes, not Pepsis.
Did that kid go home?
Did what?
Or the one that was downstairs.
Ooh, Allison?
The boy.
What the boy?
That was downstairs.
Tommy?
All weekend. I don't know what his name is.
Tommy? You talk about my brother, right?
I guess.
He just went back to he just went to live with my grandparents, I think. My mom's parents' house at the Redondo Beach.
When did he leave?
It was days ago, I think. It was May 15th at night, I think. Cause he came up at May 14th. But Ashley came over on May 13th, and but then Tommy came over on May 14th, and then they left on May 15th. Ashley stayed there for 2 days to May 15th, and Tommy stayed there for 1 day. That's what God knows what. It's only like May.
How come you only stayed 1 day?
I don't know. That's some people. That's what it was like. She came over on I gotta look the date. I don't know. Yeesh. I gotta look like the Sundays, the Mondays, the Tuesdays, the Wednesdays, Thursdays, the Fridays, and the Saturdays, right? To see when they came over.
Whoops. No, I didn't say when they came over or anything. I just want to know how come he only stayed 1 day.
I have no idea because my uncle Phil came in to pick them up, so to take them to the and uncle I think he took them home to our grandparents' house right there down that's or he maybe at the grandparents' house. I think something like that. When I asked him this morning, my grandparents they said they didn't have him here. I was making sure where he was at, so they said that Tommy was at Uncle Phil's house. So and then Ashley is at Uncle Phil's house is right that way. That's what God knows. So I think Ashley is at I think Ashley's at our house on the Redondo Beach. I think I checked it all to make sure everyone's here. So that's the whole story, right? So that's it. What's that face you're making?
Just be a buddy. Laughing. You're funny.
Okay.
That's the whole story. That's it.
Mm-hmm. What is your grandma? What you used to do? Grandma still used to tell you stories, right? Back in your days, has your own grandma used to tell you stories back in the day?
Uh,
You.
Not too many, no. I didn't get stories. My grandmas were always gone
In the 1920s or the 19?
kind of far.
Was that back in the 1920s and the 30s?
Uh,
Is that what you would say? You mean like back in the 1920s to the 40s, right?
yeah.
Because you're born in 26. Oh, I see you wearing the same clothes. You've been wearing them since
Put that on because I was freezing my closet.
Oh, I remember seeing you wearing these clothes.
Freezing with the fan.
Duck. Oh, is he there? Wait a minute. Duck's not there. Yeah. Hello. Hello, sir.
Well,
What you doing?
trying to
Like what?
make dinner.
Oh, you always do that at what any time before 9 p.m. Um. Hey, can I ask you a question? Do you know back in the 50s, like what time you used to cook dinner when you were a parent in the 50s? Like in the 60s to seven. These like when you're a parent in the 50s to the 70s. Excuse me. Hello.
Different times. I used to cook it earlier. I've been cooking it late lately, especially when you come over or when I have to pick up. Mainly when I have to pick up
Veronica.
from work. Yeah, at certain times, it makes me have to cook late.
Yeah. When did you start cooking earlier? Back then, like that time. When I was a kid, my mom used to cook us dinner when at 6 p.m. I think 6:30 p.m. I think that's when she starts. I think I'm wrong. I think 6 p.m. 6:00 p.m. And luckily we have timers back then. And then we used to go to bed at 9 p.m. back then. I haven't gone to bed by 9 p.m. since I was like 12. I haven't done that since like the early 80s. To hadn't been going to bed at 9 p.m. since the early 80s. I think, like I say, thinking for, I think we stopped doing that on March 28th. So, we haven't done that since 84, like March 28th. It was before my birthday. Now I'm 13, and she knows it gets different for me when I'm 13. Hello. What's up, Jasper? Hey, Mrs. Jellica. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Duck back then? He's, cause I think Duck tells us the stories how he was back in the day. Like that. Duck, when he was, 17 or 18, somewhere in 1970 or 71, he came around to see, I think he said the last time he saw his dad. Oh, it was Homer, I think. Hold up a second. I got something in my